Rappers that got caught snitching. Too rich for regular. If snitches get stitches, then what do rappers get when they tell on their brothers? This is Too Rich for Regular, from rap to the streets and everything in between. But before we get started, if you're here for the first time, make sure you hit that subscribe button below and join Too Rich for Regular. We upload all the time, so don't miss out. We've saved the most exciting content for the ending, so stick around. This is Rappers That Got Caught Snitching. Drake. In 2009, Drake had spent the evening dining at a restaurant in Toronto with a female companion. At the end of their evening, as they were getting into Drake's SUV, two men walked up and pointed their straps right in Drake's face. The men demanded Drake hand over his gold and diamond necklaces, his several $1,000 watch, and $2,000 in cash. Fortunately, the robbers were disturbed during the incident, grabbing what they could and escaping in a nearby getaway car. We say getaway, but the blundering burglars were stopped by police for going the wrong way down a one-way street. The two men then bolted on foot trying to evade arrest. The police captured one of the guys and arrested the driver, while the other escaped. They were charged with robbery, conspiracy to commit robbery, 3 counts of pointing a strap, and possession of stolen property. Drake was labeled a snitch for cooperating with the police investigation, despite being the actual person who was robbed. Rappers will forever have to contend with a long-established street logic, which vilifies anyone for speaking or cooperating with the police. Apparently, people working on the case admitted that Drake was not exactly forthcoming throughout the process. Interestingly, the case collapsed, and it makes you wonder if this was a direct result of Drake being called out as a snitch. 50 Cent. I don't think we've ever seen such a long-standing feud that has the sheer stamina and pettiness as the bad blood between 50 Cent and Ja Rule. Their beef between each other dates all the way back to 1999. Since their feud began, there's been numerous physical altercations between the two. 50 Cent was at one point sliced during a studio fight, multiple diss tracks from both sides, slinging disses and accusations at any given opportunity. In 2018, 50 Cent trolled Ja Rule by purchasing 200 tickets to his concert, so the seats would be empty, and then posted a photo on his Instagram where he photoshopped himself sitting amongst the empty seats to taunt Ja Rule. One night, Ja Rule and Irv Gotti were denied entry into a club called Hit Factory, and when the fight erupted involving all the rappers, all the drama was caught on camera. In retaliation, Ja Rule posted 2 pictures on his Instagram inferring that 50 Cent was a rat, including a document that had been in circulation for a while that cites 50 as having called the feds in 2009 to tip them off about ex-music mogul James Rosemond, aka Jimmy H. At the time, Jimmy was believed to be linked to the hit on 50's pal Lodi Mack, who allegedly beat up Jimmy's 14-year-old son in the streets of New York City. Jimmy was eventually charged and convicted for the incident, however, it was later proven that the report Ja Rule posted was a complete fake, and 50 Cent never snitched to the feds. After the brawl, Irv Gotti claimed that 50 Cent signed an order of protection against Ja Rule and himself, further perpetuating the narrative that 50 Cent truly is a snitch. It later came out that the order was filed on 50's behalf by the NYPD. As of 2018, they're still trading blows on social media. Rick Ross. In 2008, Rick Ross's future career was uncertain when a photo was leaked by the internet claiming that the photo was of Rick Ross working as a correctional officer. Rick Ross initially denied the allegations, claiming that it was a doppelganger in an attempt not to be labeled a snitch. However, later in 2009, Ross owned his past and admitted that he was, in fact, formerly employed as a corrections officer, and he doesn't regret it. In fact, he went on to say that, and right now, to feed my family, I'd do it again. The controversy was so great that Rick Ross eventually decided to address his past in his 2014 Mastermind album, with the first full track titled Rich as Gangster, where he raps about his reasons for becoming a prison guard. But who are we to judge? The fact is, we all have to earn a living. Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg's been accused of being a snitch for talking to the police and implicating 6ix9ine in the passing of Tupac Shakur. A 1999 police report details an altercation involving Snoop, Daz Dillinger, Superfly, and 4 to 5 men that Snoop recognized as being part of a rival record label. Snoop and Daz Dillinger were arrested after running from the fight when officers found them in possession of illegal substances. Snoop would give a statement about his fight, believing it was intended as an act of intimidation, due to him recently leaving a rival record label. The drama does not stop there, though. The report also describes how Snoop cryptically told the officer he knew who was responsible for Tupac's passing. When the deputy clarified with Snoop asking if he meant 6ix9ine, Snoop confirmed. Some people are outraged at Snoop Dogg for snitching to the police, but at the time, Snoop used his arrest as an opportunity to come clean about who he felt did that to his friend Tupac. Sadly, prosecutors never even questioned Knight for the incident. Takashi 6ix9ine. In 2017, rapper Takashi 6ix9ine joined the gang 9 Trey Gangsters in an attempt to increase his street cred. Then a year later in 2018, 6ix9ine was indicted on racketeering and strap charges along with 5 other men, all of whom were also members of the gang alleged to be operating a money-making enterprise. 6ix9ine initially denied the charges, but he later pleaded guilty to racketeering and other offenses in New York. 6ix9ine was facing a mandatory sentence of 47 years in prison, and he was convicted in November of 2018. He then cut a deal as a snitch to provide evidence against other gang members in order to get a reduced sentence. Eventually, he testified against his former 9 Trey gang members, and his deal reduced his sentence to 2 years in prison. Ironically, Snoop Dogg hit back at 6ix9ine in a series of Instagram posts, calling him a snitch after Takashi implied Snoop had snitched back in 1998. 6ix9ine was crucified by the rap community by snitching at the time. Since then, Takashi 6ix9ine has been released from prison early due to Rona fears and has to serve the remainder of his sentence in home confinement. However, it seems fans must not be that outraged because Takashi dropped his latest track entitled Gooba on the 8th of May 2020, and even after being labeled a snitch, his track was in the top 10, and the combined audio and video streams for the US for Gooba are 55.3 million and counting. You made it to the end. Thanks for coming along for the ride. We hope you enjoyed today's video. What would you buy with your first $1 million paycheck? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments which other rap-related videos you want to see next from Too Rich for Regular. Check out these videos here at the end. They're going viral.